You know that feeling, right? You take what you think is the perfect picture. The lighting is just right, you're having a great hair day, and everyone is smiling. You're ready to post it, show it off to the world, and then you see it. Lurking in the background, there's a stack of old magazines on the coffee table. Or maybe it's a photobomber making a weird face. Suddenly, your perfect picture isn't so perfect anymore. It's like finding a single sock in the dryer that doesn't match anything. It's just there, ruining the whole vibe. You can't unsee it. My social media life has been a long series of these little disasters. I once had a fantastic photo from a backyard barbecue, but my cousin Steve's half-eaten hot dog was front and center. Another time, I captured a beautiful sunset, but a rogue bird decided to fly right through the frame at the last second. I've spent hours, and I mean hours, trying to fix these things. I'd download complicated photo editors that looked like the control panel of a spaceship. I'd poke and prod at the screen, trying to use a clone stamp tool, only to make it look like a blurry, smudged mess. The worst part is the feeling of defeat. You either post the imperfect photo and pretend you don't see the pile of laundry in the corner, or you give up, and the picture never sees the light of day. It just sits in your phone's gallery, a sad reminder of what could have been. I've tried all the apps. Some are too expensive, some want a subscription just to remove a tiny little speck, and others are so confusing they might as well be written in a different language. I was about to resign myself to a life of imperfect photos and messy backgrounds. Then there are the raindrops. Oh, the raindrops. I tried to take a lovely picture of my dog looking out the window on a rainy day. It was supposed to be artistic and thoughtful, but the final photo just looked wet. The raindrops on the glass blurred his cute face, and you couldn't really tell what you were looking at. It was just a mess of water spots. I thought, there has to be a better way. I didn't want to become a professional photo editor. I just wanted my pictures to look the way I imagined them in my head. Is that too much to ask? Apparently it wasn't. One evening, while scrolling through the internet instead of doing something productive, I stumbled upon it. Someone was talking about a new, free, open-source AI image editor called HiDream E1. At first, I was skeptical. Free and easy are two words that rarely hang out together in the world of technology, you know? They're like cats and dogs. But the person in the video was showing how they removed every single raindrop from a picture, and it looked flawless. My ears perked up. Could this be the answer to my rainy day dog photo? I had to find out. The installation sounded a little intimidating at first, I won't lie. It involved something called Comfy UI and downloading a few big files. I thought, here we go again, another thing I'm going to mess up. But I followed a guide, and it was surprisingly straightforward. You just drag and drop some files into the right folders. The trick is to use the quantized models, which are smaller versions that don't require a supercomputer to run. I made a common mistake at first and downloaded the biggest file, and my computer just stared at me, probably thinking, "Are you serious right now?" But once I got the right one, it was ready to go. The moment of truth arrived. I loaded my blurry, raindrop-covered dog picture into HiDream E1. I typed a simple instruction into a little box: remove all the raindrops from the window. I clicked the button and held my breath. It took a couple of minutes to work its magic, and I paced around my kitchen, nervous and excited. This was it. This was either going to be another digital disappointment or the beginning of a beautiful new friendship. The progress bar slowly filled up, and I braced myself for the result. I was ready for anything. And then, wow, just wow, the new image appeared on my screen, and it was perfect. My dog was there, crystal clear, looking majestic and thoughtful. The window was spotless. Every single raindrop was gone, and the image didn't look smudged or fake at all. It was like the rain had never even happened. I started laughing. It was just so easy. I felt like I had discovered a secret superpower. A superpower for fixing all my photo frustrations, and it didn't cost me a single penny. I immediately started looking for other photos to fix. The half-eaten hot dog? Gone. The photobomber? Vanished. This was a game changer. Once I realized how good HiDream E1 was at removing things, I decided to get a little more creative. I found a picture of my grandma sitting in her living room. It was a nice photo, but I thought, what would make this even better? And then it hit me. I typed, add a cowboy hat on her head. A few minutes later, there was my sweet grandma, looking like she was ready to ride off into the sunset. It was hilarious. The hat looked so natural, casting a little shadow on her forehead. The AI understood the lighting and the angle perfectly. Next, I decided to test its style-changing abilities. I took a selfie, just a regular boring selfie in my car, and typed, "Turn this into a 3D Pixar character." I honestly didn't expect much, but what came back was incredible. It was me, but with big, expressive eyes and that smooth, animated look. It kept my smile, my hair, everything. It just translated it into a completely different universe. I tried it again with an anime style and it worked just as well. It's like having a Hollywood animation studio living inside your computer. This was way more fun than just removing things. Then I got really ambitious. I found an old, faded black and white photo of my great-grandparents. It was creased and worn out. I uploaded it and typed, "Restore and colorize this photo. Make it look like a modern-day photo." This, I thought, would surely be too much for it. But HiDream E1 delivered again. It smoothed out the creases, sharpened their faces, and added beautiful, realistic color. It was like seeing them in a whole new light. It felt so personal and touching. It's one thing to make a funny picture, but to bring an old memory back to life like that? That's truly special. But the feature that really blew my mind was the text editing. I found a picture of a movie poster for Joker and decided to try something silly. I masked the title and typed, "Change the text to clown." The AI didn't just slap the word on there, it tried to match the font and the gritty style of the original poster. It wasn't perfect, but it was shockingly close. The ability to change words right inside an image opens up so many possibilities for jokes, memes, and creative projects. My mind was racing with all the funny things I could do. After playing with HiDream E1 for a whole evening, I started comparing it to other editors I've used. Many of the paid, closed-source models are fantastic, but they come with a hefty price tag. Then you have other open-source options like Flux Context Dev, which is also great. But I found that HiDream E1 is the king of micro-editing. When you want to change one specific small thing, like a tattoo, an object on a table, or a piece of clothing, without messing up the rest of the image, HiDream is just better. It keeps the person's face and pose exactly the same. What makes this tool so special isn't just that it's powerful, it's that it's accessible. The fact that it's free and open source means anyone can use it. You don't need a monthly subscription or a fancy degree in graphic design. You just need a computer, a little bit of patience for the setup, and your imagination. It puts the power of professional-level editing into the hands of everyday people like you and me. It's democratizing creativity. And I think that's just wonderful. It's all about making things easier for everyone. This little discovery has completely changed how I approach photos. I'm no longer worried about getting the perfect shot because I know I can fix it later. It saves me so much time and frustration. Instead of spending an hour trying to smudge out a distracting object, I can now do it in 2 minutes with a simple sentence. That frees me up to focus on the fun part, being creative, telling a story, and sharing moments with the people I care about. It encourages you to experiment and play, which is what art should be all about. So if you've ever been frustrated by a photobomber, a messy background, or just wish you could add a cowboy hat to your grandma, you have to try this. HiDream E1. One is more than just an image editor. It's a key that unlocks a new level of creativity you might not have known you had. It's easy, it's fun, and did I mention it's free? Go ahead, give it a try. Turn your dog into an anime hero or put Mount Fuji in your living room. The only limit is your imagination, and trust me, you're going to have a lot of fun.